Throwdown!
Max isn't here. Welcome to the Throwdown. And on this week's Throwdown, we have TTT athlete Juana DeVito demo the workout.
We've got a 10-minute AMRAP of 5 shuttle runs, 10 kettlebell snatches, 5 burpee pull-ups, and 10 goblet step-ups. I got it. Let's see it.
Hi, my name is Juana DeVito, and I will be demoing Throwdown 253. My strategy is to pace the shuttle runs and try to stay strong with the kettlebell snatches, and I guess survive. That's what it is.
That's all we're trying to do is survive
That's all.
these workouts.
Every day of my life is just surviving. All
So
right.
I'm going to apologize in advance if I mess up your name. Well, I know how it's spelled, but she said she pronounced it Juana, right? So the O is not.
Juana.
So I'm sorry.
All right.
It's
the 5 shuttle runs.
very pretty name.
5 shuttle runs, Mia, you don't want to go out too hot in this because a lot of the workout's going to be with the kettlebell in your hand. So if you blow up on the shuttles, then you're having to break the kettlebell more than you want to. So where's your pace?
Are you warning me?
Well, yeah, I'm talking to you. Talking at you.
Yeah, so 5 shuttles, that's not a ton, but if you sprint it, you can get pretty blown up pretty quickly. So I would take it at like a 8 out of 10 effort, whatever that means for you, where you don't want to sandbag it because it is a big chunk. You're spending a good chunk of the workout doing that, just time-wise, the amount of time that it takes to do it. But you want to be able to, oh my God, I forgot the word, transition right away.
Oh, that's a key word in this one. Yeah, I think it is probably an 8 out of 10 RPE. You could think about it a little bit faster maybe than the open workout with burpee pull-ups because you're only doing 5 instead of doing bigger sets like you did in that open workout. But we have burpee pull-ups in this one with 2 new movements to throw down, which is a kettlebell snatch. It's not alternating. As you can see, she just did 5 on her right and then 5 on her left. And then you're about to see another new movement with the goblet step-up.
Ooh.
With the burpee pull-up, it's only 5 reps each round, so it's not going up like we saw in the open workout. I think that means you can be a little bit more aggressive getting back to the ground quickly with this because you're not going to blow up your triceps, your chest like you do on the round of 20 or 25 in the open workout.
I like a poppin' white shoe. Just saying.
They do. My problem is they get dirty quickly.
So the step up, we did see this movement in, was it age group semifinals?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember Kyle Ruth doing it. And so you need to hold it in front of your body, but there's a few different ways you could hold it. She has her hands on the horns. Is that appropriate to call them that? You could also do hands like kind of on the side. You could turn the kettlebell sideways so that you have one hand kind of under and then one on the handle. I'm also like using my hands to demo this and you guys can't see that, but play around with it in your warm up and figure out what is most comfortable for you because this could get a little grippy, right?
I think it's grippy, and it's also going to be really hard to breathe because I guess the shuttle runs, most people can breathe okay in that movement, but the burpee, you're kind of holding your breath a little bit. The kettlebell snatch, you're holding your breath a little bit, and the goblet position is just going to be weird. It's going to be new for a lot of people. So that's another one where you're probably going to hold your breath. So when you warm up, practice your breathing cadence on all of those movements to make sure that you aren't holding your breath for maybe more than a second as you brace stepping up onto the box.
These lanes of platforms is kind of crazy. I've never seen that.
I like it, and it gives you a clear lane for your shuttle runs too. All right, shuttle run technique, Mia. What are a couple things that people should think about?
So you always want to alternate the way that you're turning. An easy way to make sure you do that is pick a side of the room, and your body should always face that way when you're turning, and that makes sure that you are alternating. That's the main thing that I would have.
Why do you want to always alternate?
Because you don't want to, if you spin in a circle, 1, you could get dizzy. 2, you're going to be turning off of the same foot or leg, so you're going to be over fatiguing one side of your body, and you're probably going to be reaching down on the same side. So
which
one
blows
leg,
up one
one
side of
leg
your back
gets more
too.
blown up, and your back. Yeah, you don't want no unilateral blow ups.
Yeah, I think just for health and longevity too. We've talked about the same thing with the burpee in the past. I think it just makes sense to step up with both sides on a burpee. It makes sense to cut with both legs on a shuttle run.
But y'all would say if you're like at the end of a workout,
if you're at the end of a
trying
workout,
to sprint it and it's faster.
Same thing with a burpee, right? I always say, hey, if your right leg's dominant and you want to step up at the end to sprint your last 10, that makes sense. But if you're doing 100 burpees in a workout, alternate those as much as you can. And Mia's point to pick something like, I'm going to face this wall and there's like a picture on the wall, just stare at that the whole time. It makes it easy to cut the same way.
So on this movement, we saw it in the open. a couple years ago. That little like donkey kick to get yourself up over the bar, I think is smart. If you can maintain that versus going into a full kip, it's much faster. If you can't do that and you have to kip to get your chin over the bar, then you have to do that. But that like little leg kick to just pop yourself up so that you're not really doing it strict is, I think, very smart.
Yeah, we saw some people try to do it strict, and even those that had like a really upper body strong, once you got to those deeper rounds, it just gets really hard. And even with 5, it makes sense to just have some pseudo kip with, like, I guess you call that donkey kick, heels to butt really aggressively. Yeah. That kind of gives you some upward momentum.
Yeah. So I don't like step-ups where I can't look at my feet. They make me nervous.
Yeah.
But definitely be careful. Make sure that you get your toe over the box before you step up so you don't catch a shin.
How's she doing so far?
I mean, she's doing great. Her toe is going right up over that box. Wow.
There's no
Picture
tripping
perfect.
going on. Yeah, she's got a great pace.
See, she just looked down, yeah.
Her transitions have been really good.
For sure.
And this is a key one too, because after the box step ups, that's probably where your respiration rate's going to be the highest, and you're going to want to take a break. But you're going into what I'll call the easiest movement. And it's maybe not easy if you're sprinting them, but if you're going at a steady pace, just go straight from the box, put your kettlebell down, and move right into your shuttle runs. And even if your first 1 or 2 are a little bit slower than you want, you're moving the entire time as opposed to taking a break before the easiest movement.
I would also run with, we'll call them dead arms, where you can kind of like shake your arms out a little bit and just relieve some tension there, because this is the only movement that doesn't have a grip component to it.
Yeah, I like that.
So all the people who do these demos now are in our online program, TTT Compete. Do y'all know much about her?
She is awesome. She has no sport background. She told me this the other day. She had a little one and decided that she didn't want to be out of breath going upstairs. This is her own words, right? And she's like, you know what? I need to start getting in shape. And so she went into the gym, got into CrossFit, and as you can see, she's now extremely fit. So it's really awesome to see. Like, I love that story when it's someone's like, you know what? I want to be fit for my kids, or I want to be fit for something that they want to do. And even if without a sport background, they go into the gym and they pay the price every day going into the gym, but it's worth it in the end.
So for the kettlebell snatch, you want to have an aggressive punch overhead so that the kettlebell doesn't flop over on the back of your wrist. 1, it's just harder that way, and 2, it kind of hurts. So when I'm doing them, I think of punching and rotating the bell sooner than you would think that you should. You should be already in the rotation process before you're locked out, or else you're going to have that bell just like thump onto the back of your wrist, and it doesn't feel good.
Man, that's like my key
ouch,
every
my
time.
Wristies.
Yeah, ouch my wristies, exactly right. My cue for myself is always punch up toward the ceiling. And even if you maybe don't rotate it correctly, by punching it doesn't pop the back of your wrist. And Mia, to your point, like I've had it where it bruised the back of my wrist when I didn't know how to do it correctly. So everyone that's going to do this workout, practice that again in your warm up. I'm going to say that a lot, but like these are CrossFit. Everyone thinks it's all about going hard, which part of it is, but it's also about movement economy and learning how to move well in the sport. And so practice those things when you're doing intervals or when you're warming up for a workout like this, when there are new movements, learn how to be efficient in each one of those.
So if you're looking at this whole workout, obviously we talk about elite athletes a lot, where it's like, go fast, don't take breaks, but most people have to take breaks. I think that a little bit of a transition before this movement is probably the smartest spot to take a break, which she did. I mean, it was very short, but there was a deliberate breath, shake the arm out before picking it up, because this is a long movement where you are under tension. You can't really relax in this movement, especially because you got to make sure you don't fall.
I 100% agree. If you're looking at, I need to take a break at some point in a round, then it would be before these. And then I said this in the last round, but where would you not want to take a break? It'd be right after the box step ups into the shuttle runs, because again, that's your easiest transition.
Correct. And you can, even if you walk that first length, you're still accumulating a rep.
Yeah, and we saw that in the open workout. There are actually a lot of people that sprinted their burpee pull-ups in the open workout, but then they walked their shuttle runs. Now, you can't get an elite score doing that, but that is one option. If you know you're going to be blown up with 90 seconds to go, maybe walk 1 or 2 lengths and then have your kick.
But if you are going to do something like that, you have to stay disciplined in the other movements. Like, you have to burpee fast, you have to kettlebell snatch fast and step up fast. I'll see athletes like slow down one piece of a workout to catch their breath, and then everything just kind of stays slow.
Down.
So just know mentally, like, either keep moving at a sustainable pace, or if you're going to take that strategy, you have to ramp it up.
That's a good point.
So in the spirit of this show, which is to practice competing, what for a workout like this are you trying to get people to maybe overextend themselves or give a try to learn something in a workout like this?
Yeah, I always like it when they pick one movement to be more aggressive on. So these are all lower rep ranges, but I would say the box step ups still are pretty challenging. And so for me, I'd be like, okay, pick a pace that's a little bit more uncomfortable than you're used to and keep the box step ups unbroken the entire time. For most people, it's going to be hard to do 10 unbroken reps with the kettlebell in a goblet position. I know for me, it's really hard to breathe, but that may be one thing. Or maybe someone's not good at shuttle runs. It's like, okay, today I would normally pace these, but now I'm going to go a little bit faster than I normally would and see if I can transition to the kettlebell quickly.
There you go. And she's going sprint finish.
Worst place to finish.
Come on, come on.
No, the
Gotta
shuttle
sprint
run
these.
is probably the worst.
Oh,
right?
the shuttle doesn't hurt.
Come on.
Get a third. Get a third. Yes.
Nice.
Great
Yeah,
job.
buddy.
Good job.
That was very well executed.
Yes, well done.
Awesome.
Let's see if she says anything.
How'd you feel? What advice do you have for people?
Tougher than I thought. The step ups were actually tougher than I thought. I was worried about the snatches, but the step ups took a lot. And then you have your heart rate elevated from, the run and the burpees. It's a spicy little combo. I underestimated. So I don't know if I could do anything better.
All right, folks, that's a wrap.
It's a wrap, you know what I'm saying? Your boy Project Pata in this thing, man. Hey, look, man, thank y'all for watching Training Think Tank's YouTube channel. Y'all hit that motherfucking subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? So y'all go ahead, man. Thank y'all for watching the channel, you know what I'm saying? Hit that motherfucking subscribe button. Let it be known, what it be known, what it be known, you know what I'm saying? Pata.